The tours have gained in popularity across the country, a unique way to see land and water while learning the history behind it. But the birthplace of this tourist attraction is here at the original Wisconsin Ducks in the Wisconsin Dells.
What is it about the Wisconsin Ducks that just makes this such an important part of the Dells experience?
I think the uniqueness of the vehicle, that you're traveling on a World War II vehicle that goes on land and water, and then to give that experience and of the history of that, and then to be able to go into the Wisconsin River, which has such beautiful natural scenery along the Wisconsin River, and then we have about 4 miles of scenic wilderness trails along the river, and people just love how beautiful it is on this tour here.
Long before these amphibious vehicles carried 300,000 tourists a year through the Dells, they were serving our soldiers. Most of occupied Europe's harbor was in ruins in the middle of World War II, leaving no way to get troops and supplies from ship to shore. Then the Duck came along. Some 2,000 were used in the D-Day landings alone. A total of 21,000 were built during the war.
Well, I guess this view from your office probably never gets too old, huh?
This land and water sightseeing tour started in the Dells after a war vet teamed with a Milwaukee businessman in the summer of 1946. The fleet is now celebrating 70 years.
And there they go. And you said this is every few minutes in the summer.
Yeah, the ducks go out about every 5 minutes during July and August from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m.
The only way to truly appreciate what the ducks can do is to take a ride.
Are there seatbelts in this thing?
No.
Kalen Mace is our tour guide. He's one of 26 year-round employees. That number swells to 120 during the summer months.
What a fun summer job.
Oh, it's the premier job in Wisconsin Dells. To be able to get up, drive a vehicle, be outside, be on the water, get up in front of a group of people and speak. It's just great experience for them. It's great for the resume, and it's a lot of fun throughout their 3 or 4 years that they work here.
You said the Duck can be a little bit intimidating to drive at first, huh?
At first it was definitely when you're first turning 18 years old and just had your license for a couple of years. You know, when you're driving around 20 plus people, it can get a little intimidating at first, but then it becomes natural.
The tour always starts on land, where there are plenty of surprises.
Tell us about what we're seeing here.
These granite gargoyle statues once were down at the Chicago Board of Trade building, and then when that building was demolished in the early 1930s, Helen Robb, who owned all of this property here and along the Wisconsin River, decided she wanted to buy these and bring them up to Wisconsin Dells and decorate her home. And then as the years passed, when the Ducks started operating, she brought them over to this property so that the passengers on the Duck tours could see these and enjoy them and look at amazement. Well, what are these things doing here?
Nature also provides its own decoration.
I would say it's almost 90 degrees today, but it certainly doesn't feel like it on a trail, right?
Oh yeah, I start to sweat every now and then, but yeah, definitely in here in Ferndale, it's one of the cooler parts of the Dells. You got the rocks that hold in a lot of moisture, and then the canopy of trees above that block out all the sunlight, so it creates a nice, cool environment down here.
The real fun comes when you splash into the Wisconsin River.
Well, do you even get excited every time, or like it still works? You know,
Yes.
This thing still floats.
Yes.
It's where I get to drive a duck for myself.
It's probably better to teach someone how to drive on the water rather than on land. Is that?
Yes, yes.
I mean, at first, like a kid.
But it's the cliffs on this impressive ride that get the most looks. The formation's made of a certain sandstone so rare, it's only found in 4 places in the world.
The rock formations are something you guys always point out on the tours.
Yes, that's a big hit in the Dells. Just the beautiful nature in that sense. There's one that looks like a piano, another one that looks like a hawk, and it's just really amazing just what nature can do throughout the years, just to have it look so beautiful that way.
The tour then takes us to Lake Delton, the site of devastating floods in 2008. All 260 acres of the lake drained into the Wisconsin River, swallowing 5 homes and causing dozens of businesses like the Wisconsin Ducks to take detours.
So we're kind of by a pretty significant piece of Lake Delton history here, right?
Yes, this is where the breach happened back on June 9th of 2008, draining the entire 267-acre Lake Delton into the Wisconsin River here, which is just a big deal in the Dells.
But Mother Nature couldn't slow the ducks down for long. Through war and Wisconsin weather, still a summer tradition going strong 7 decades later.
So if somebody hasn't been on a duck tour before, what would you tell them?
It's a 1-hour land and water tour on the Wisconsin River, Lake Delton, and then through 4 miles of scenic wilderness trails. It's one of the most iconic attractions in the Midwest. People of all ages love it, from grandparents down to the kids, and they keep coming back and riding it, and it continued its popularity through the years.
Something you don't want to miss.
Not at all. It's a great tour in Wisconsin Dells.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.